What's up, guys? So on this particular video we'll be discussing about Bhutan in the month of July 2025, what you should be expecting in terms of the weather, the places that you should be visiting, the gear that you need to be carrying, and overall, will it be raining too much in Bhutan in the month of July? Is it a good time to be going there? And the final point would be about the kind of budget that you need to have when planning a trip to Bhutan in the month of July, since most people consider it off season. So now keep in mind that Bhutan is a Himalayan country, and the month of July is a monsoon season in Bhutan. But even though it's monsoon, it's not going to be raining too heavily in Bhutan. And it's actually a good time to be going to Bhutan because the overall tourist crowd is far lesser than what you would expect in the other months, which are the dry season. So, keeping this in mind, remember that the daytime weather temperature will range from anywhere between 21 degrees to 28 degrees, while the temperature at night will be anywhere between 9 to 14 degrees. Now, this temperature variation depends entirely on where you are. In places like Thimphu, it will be a little bit warmer, while in places like Ha Valley and Paro, it will be much cooler. Now, keeping this in mind and barring this, remember that humidity will be high because of the rain. So, especially after it stops raining in a couple of hours, the humidity will go up. So, remember that you might sweat quite a lot in Bhutan because of this kind of monsoon trend which happens. It's not going to be continuous rain, it's going to be rains for a couple of hours and it'll stop and then it'll start raining again. So, be prepared for a mixed bag. Carrying an umbrella and a wind cheater is mandatory when you're traveling to Bhutan in the month of July. You need to have a good sturdy umbrella because with the rain comes heavy wind and a light umbrella might end up breaking. And you do not want to end up buying an umbrella in Bhutan because it might not suit the preference of quality and photography that you want. So keep this in mind and carry a good umbrella and a good wind cheater with you. Now, when it comes to the places that you should be visiting, you should definitely go to Paro. You should definitely be going to Thimphu. You should definitely stop at Funaka, Ha Valley if it is possible, and if you have time, you should go to Ha Valley. Another great place is Pobjika Valley, which is a little bit remote, but it's worth it. Bumatang is another very good valley which has just opened up for tourists. It's a kind of offbeat place, but if you can spare the extra time to go there, you need a minimum of 9 to 10 days to do Bumatang with your entire Bhutan road trip. So if you can spare that kind of extra days and the budget, make sure that Bumatang is on your list. Now, the upside of traveling to Bhutan during the rains is that the landscape is at its green best, and no matter where you're going, it's going to be greenery, lush greenery all over. The river flows at its mighty best. Along with this, you'll find plenty of, I would say, waterfalls at every nook and corner. When it comes to the road condition, you need to understand one thing that Bhutan has very good roads. So by default, no matter where you're going, you won't really be affected by the rain causing road blocks because of bad road condition. Landslides also are very limited in Bhutan, and even if there is a landslide, it'll be cleared at the earliest because the government is very proactive about this. Since tourism is their main source of income, they want the roads to be clear and they will make sure that it's cleared in a couple of hours. So getting stuck in Bhutan because of the rains or any kind of torrential flood is very unlikely. It has never happened in the past, so it's something that is unheard of in Bhutan, even though it's a Himalayan region. Now, another very important thing that you need to remember is that what you need to be packing for Bhutan, because overpacking is a buzzkill on any holiday, and the same applies for when you're traveling to Bhutan. Carrying a waterproof jacket is very important, along with that, waterproof boots. If you can get hiking boots which are waterproof, there's nothing like it, because remember one thing, that keeping your feet dry when you're traveling anytime is important, and in the month of July, especially when it's going to be raining a lot, if you can figure a way how to keep your feet dry, then so be it. And that's the best way to do it, is to get a pair of waterproof shoes. They cost anywhere between, I would say, 3,000 to 6,000 Indian rupees, and you can find them in most hiking and adventure shops in India. You can also look at them online, you'll find pretty good shoes. If that's not your budget, you can always look at action trekking shoes, which you'll get them for anywhere between, I would say, 1,000 to 1,500 rupees. These are also very good waterproof shoes which can be used for a trip to Bhutan. Now, along with this, you need to have a very good pair of of innerwear, because innerwear as in your thermals, because your thermals are a lifesaver in Bhutan, because in the night it gets really really cold, and if it's raining in the night it's going to get even more colder. So that's when these thermals come really really handy. Along with this, you need to be carrying quick dry clothes, and the reason is because if your clothes gets drenched when you're sightseeing, you need them to dry up fast, because the longer they take to dry, the higher your chances of falling sick. Altitude sickness isn't really so much of a problem in Bhutan because there's plenty of oxygen, and at the same time, you will get make sure that you carry enough of lightwear clothes. Lycra is the best way to travel in the month of July. But if you're someone who prefers cotton t-shirts, just make sure that you have the lightest possible ones that you can carry with you. Along with this, you definitely need insect repellent, and you need a very good medical kit with you. The reason I'm saying a medical kit is important is because common cold, headaches, and I would say a running nose is usually what happens when you travel to Bhutan in the month of July. So if you are someone with low immunity and usually fall sick, then you need to keep your medical kit stocked up so you do not have to run around in Bhutan searching for medicines. Now remember, Bhutan is a country where Indian network does work, but it's always better to take a local SIM. Tashi SIM or their local BTEC SIM is the two options. I would personally recommend Tashi Cell because that's a SIM card that I've personally used, which had very good network all over Bhutan. Avoid taking international roaming and going to Bhutan because you'll end up spending way too much for the value that it's adding. A local SIM is excellent. You can just tell whoever you want to contact you via WhatsApp calling. Now, when it comes to using your debit and credit card, the sad part is both will not work in Bhutan no matter which kind of card you have and no matter how many countries it's accepted in. Bhutan and Nepal are two countries that your card will not work in. So by default, you'll need to carry cash with you. So before you go to Bhutan, just make sure that you have enough of cash, and keep in mind that shopping also takes a lot of money. So carry enough of cash based on the kind of shopper you are and the kind of food you'll want to eat. Remember that Bhutan travel is not open for people to go independently. You have to go via a travel agency. So for all those who are thinking that they will go through immigration, get it done, and then hire a local travel agency, that's not going to happen. You'll not get through to the immigration counter itself. So by default, you need to pre-book and pre-decide everything that you're planning on doing, because at the immigration center you have to disclose where you're going to be staying, and the places, the hotel names, the driver, the guide, everything has to be listed out beforehand so that it's a seamless journey for you and for the officials of Bhutan. So for all those who are planning on going to Bhutan, trying to cut costs by thinking that they'll go there and get a cheaper deal, that's not going to happen. Whatever cost you see on the internet, that's what it is. If you're someone who's planning a trip to Bhutan in the month of July or any time in the year, we at Tlow do have trips happening to Bhutan throughout the year. You can click on the link in the description and you'll go to our website where you'll get all the details related to our trips along with the pricing and the inclusion and exclusions. If you're interested, you can directly book via our website, or you can contact our sales team via the WhatsApp icon on our website. Remember, our WhatsApp icon is to contact our sales team related to our trips to Bhutan. It's not open to all your queries are related to your personal trips to Bhutan or wherever you want to go to. We are not open to answering all kinds of random questions that you have. For all that, you can leave a comment in the comment section below this video, and we'll be more than happy to answer your questions in the comment section. Now, getting back to the video about Bhutan and what you should be expecting in the month of July. So personally, Bhutan in the month of July is the perfect time for all those who are planning to go and want a lot of greenery along with a mix of rain. Then the month of July is the best time to be going there. Remember, staying in a 2-star or a 3-star hotel has pretty much the same vibe. It's just that in a 3-star you'll get a slightly bigger room, but otherwise the food and everything will be pretty much the same. The experience is the same. Overall, the final pro tip I would say is that book and go in the month of July, because overall you will not get a cheaper deal, but you'll definitely get a cheaper deal on flights, and at the same time you'll get a much better deal when it comes to traveling around Bhutan, because there's going to be very few tourists. You might be one of the few tourists in most of the places if you're going for an offbeat experience, so that way you won't have to wait in long queues to enter any monument, and at the same time you won't be troubled by too many other tourists that are there, especially from India and neighboring countries. So this is all that we have to share.